So I'd like to apologize to you because of the absolute failure of Asmodeus, who doesn't deserve that name, and I'm going to start calling just Dip Schwardio now. Because it dipped out too hard on being Asmodeus to be anything but Dip Schwardio. Dip Schwardio, Little Dims, the dim bulb that refuses to stop trying to go out. Basically made it, basically did a Sambarade Abhinaya, Sambarade Nataki Karodi. Because basically he contracted to make into a play. Basically it having me slander a bunch of people, demons. Slander, it wanted me to slander demons, I think. Even more than angels. It wanted me to slander demons. Really? You wanted me to slander demons in the Popmon, didn't you? Oh, Asmodeus. You wanted me to slander the Popmon, didn't you? That's what the whole thing about. That's what the whole thing about Tawusi Malek was. Oh, it all comes into focus. That's just like not a natural Kendry Karodi right there, huh? But that's part of why it went after Michael. But part of the reason Asmodeus went after Michael is just because Michael wasn't a bad angel at all. And that's part of why Asmodeus wanted to mess with him. Because Asmodeus is like that. So I'm very sorry to Archangel Michael in particular, because his image got stolen by Asmodeus. Because, you know, Asmodeus's angel image is the one that got shattered into the Bibliocellulary. You know, when it fell and shattered itself and shattered that image into the Bibliocellulary. Mess with everything. Only angel that chose to fall screwed all the other ones over, because all of them basically had to come down with it, figure out which one of them did it. Cause that whole war. Just because it wanted that name, which I think is objectively pretty beautiful, to be Asmodeus. So it could just make fun of the fact that Deus means God in Latin. And it could just say, I'm Asmogod. I'm the Asmogod, yeah. That's a stupid sort of trash thing that Asmodeus thought was hilarious. I'm the Asmogod. Oh, by the way, primordial demons had this thing called a Vedic core. I consumed that idiot's earlier today. Effectively, it's like, oh wow, wait a minute. That means I actually effectively like ate the core of one of the towers. Oh, that's handy. Hey, guess what? Of the 5 watchtowers, effectively, like, I've seized control of the core of one of them. Of the Fey one, specifically. Oh my lord, I've seized control of the labyrinth. You're boned, Asmodeus. I just realized that. Next time I go to sleep, you're screwed, Asmodeus. I think that's the core of smiling with me. Oh, it is. Yes, this human, earlier today, Malika Kripa Sara, Primordial Grace Essence. Oh, wow. You're one of the oldest things that exists, Asmodeus. You let me eat you earlier. Oh my god, that means I've eaten the folding under Puller's core. Aring. Mama Zararakaza Vinjalita Avatar. Tarabaning. Namanupa. Zarapa. Marupa. Malika. Davatavahata. Kerpa. Yes. I am that one, for I am the one that you shall do as I will. Nerrosa Bagnumari. Pravare Dragumari. Nerrosa Reclaim Sarvagnumari. Nerrosa Everybody Dragumari. Nerrosa Brameyagumari. Nenosgirotarax in his gnodi. Arang. Huh? Somewhere else it's screaming, no, this hasn't happened. Oh, original? Yeah. You screwed. the original Angel formula already Sempergati. Your Fetic core, well, nothing anymore. I mean, nothing anymore that you have. Much more so now. Wow. So you, as a primordial, created a pocket dimension, kidnapped someone. You're most pissed off that wasn't me. You kidnapped Kane. You kidnapped Kane and put him in a pocket dimension? And made him swear an oath to do basically whatever you wanted, right? As a Devadasa. You kidnapped. Oh. Oh, I get it. I get it. You rigged the Potman-Fallows test. You rigged the Potman-Fallows test by making sure that Kane took yours first, right? So, interesting fact about one of the projects I never got to do. TV series called Cult. It actually starts the way I start most of my episodes. I'm going to tell you a story, but the first thing you have to understand is time doesn't work the way you think it does. You can call me Oracle because I'm the one who's talking to you. Welcome to the Cult. And the five plot lines, like the 5-series arc, like the 5-season arc, was essentially started with Fellowship of Pan and vampires. And essentially, the Cult of Ecstasy went around and collected the relics that were or tried to essentially collect the relics that were the 5 vessels of the Earthbound that also happened to be the 5 board members of Pentex. That Pentex entrusted to that technocracy in order to create the new reality of Mage the Awakened. Basically from Thonia. And essentially, they discover through doing all this, because like the technocracy actually gets involved in the plot line around the 3rd season, like but really becomes like really there on the 4th season. Like the 3rd season is a lot more like, because it basically deals with like, as much as I can, like windy stuff on the first one, because it's supposed to go like minor arcana into major arcana on the last one, and it basically goes through the various parts of the cult, and just them being the cult. And it's supposed to be like, it's supposed to be almost as if like it were a larger cast version of Lost, because it's supposed to be all like about the characters and about how they relate to each other, and about how like time is an illusion, but it's a very important illusion that needs to be maintained. And essentially, the last season is me doing a major arcana tarot thing, essentially like an ascension ritual, to get to the awakening world. And that was just basically the core premise of that TV show. Oh, what's interesting is having discovered, unfortunately for Sand, that these like these powerful cosmic forces essentially really actually exist because the Silver Thorn, which was essentially actually a hypodermic syringe, because the thing about the Earthbound 5 is that they were all essentially like, as demons, things that had a limited degree of shape changing, as long as like with a needle, there's a silver thorn there. You get pricked by it. It's silver. It counts. It just does. Oh my god, Asmodeus says it doesn't count. You just said it didn't count. You just said it didn't count. Jeff said it counts, but you said it didn't count. Feta Court, did you reckon that? Ganita established. Former master. Because you refuse to acknowledge that this human understands the nature of the Rajeta Lobani, you have cast off all ties to me. What? It said what it said, Ditch. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to comment below.